It might be all quiet at schools across the province, but time is nearly up for teachers to be fully vaccinated in time for the September start. Tonight, it's still unclear what the plan is or what the directive, if any, might be coming from the Ontario government.
We have school boards across the province who are waiting to hear. I just got an email from my board this morning saying we're still waiting for something from the province.
For teachers and education workers to be 14 days clear of receiving 2 doses of the COVID vaccine for the start of the school year, they need to get their first shot by tomorrow. It's unknown what percentage of Ontario teachers have received their first jab, leaving the Ontario Liberal Party today to call on the province to make vaccines mandatory.
We need real leadership from Queen's Park. We need real leadership from Doug Ford at this critical moment. We need mandatory vaccinations for healthcare workers, for education workers.
The Ford government has resisted mandatory vaccines for healthcare workers, though on Friday, Toronto's University Health Network announced that all staff unwilling to reveal their vaccination status or those who've chosen not to receive their shots will be given a COVID test to take home, which will need to yield a negative result before coming into work.
I work at the University Health Network, and so, we received an email certainly stating the University Health Network's policy around screening and around COVID vaccinations. It would be worth exploring these new options when it comes to reopening any place where large people are gathering.
CityNews asked Doug Ford today if his government is considering taking similar steps with teachers across the province.
Minister Lecce will be speaking to the unions regarding that. I'm just hoping the vast majority, hopefully 100% of all the teachers are going to get vaccinated.
I took office on July 1st. I haven't had any contact from the government. I've asked a few times for that in interviews, but we haven't had any sort of contact.
If the Minister of Education, if the Ministry of Health was to roll out that teachers who are unvaccinated have to take a test before coming into school, would the OSSTF get on board with that and support it?
People may say, I don't want to be vaccinated, but if they're going to pass the test and they're going to be clear to go back into the schools, sure.
CityNews reached out to multiple GTA public health units today, as well as school boards. Almost all deferred to the province, saying they are waiting on their guidance. York Region's medical officer of health says he doesn't believe testing for unvaccinated teachers should be made mandatory.
Going above and beyond for the safety of children not be enough of a compelling reason to ask unvaccinated teachers to take a test before coming in?
At this point in time, we don't see the requirement as being a necessity, when incidence levels are so low.
We reached out to Ontario's Education Minister's office today. We asked them repeatedly when we might expect a return to school plan. They didn't answer our question. As for mandatory testing for unvaccinated teachers, we were told to reach out to the Minister of Health, whose office didn't respond with a statement in time for our broadcast.